Hey Josh, what do you think is the opportunity that you guys get, a primetime game Monday night against the Super Bowl champions here to just bounce back from a loss and to put the team back in the right direction?
I mean, it's a great opportunity. Obviously, as a team, I can tell you, we don't really care about the prime time this or the prime time that. We're just happy we're playing. Glad we're getting the game in. We got the defending Super Bowl champs coming into our place, so we got to be prepared. They're chomping at the bit too, I'm sure, coming off a loss as we are, and both teams obviously want to get out there and go redeem themselves for the last game. So we understand that, and we gotta go out there, put our best foot forward.
Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.
Hey, Josh, Thad Brown. I wanted to ask, you talked about the second interception on Tuesday was a play where you thought you got greedy. You talked a little bit about the hero ball stuff last week. I know you want to correct all that, but, correcting some of that to me seems like you might take away from some of the fearlessness and the aggressiveness and a lot of other qualities that have been very successful for you. How do you balance, trying to correct those things without taking away too much of who you are and what's worked already?
Well, I think understanding the situation of the game, in that instance, it was second and 6, I believe. If I throw the ball higher, one, we might catch it. Two, it's out of bounds. We're third down. We still have a chance to continue that drive. So it's a balance of knowing the situation of the game, understanding when I can and can't improvise to try to make a play. Obviously, there's some situations where you have to. If you're down by quite a bit and you need plays, I think that's where that kind of comes out. But if it's kind of a closer game, not trying to force passes and just kind of rolling with what they're giving you. We had a 14-play drive going, and I got to be better in that situation, and I can't do that.
I think we think of a lot of the decision making that you're talking about as something that happens in the middle of a play. You're looking downfield, you're trying to find a guy, and an instinctual reaction to whether or not to throw the ball. But are you saying that you really want to work more on kind of pre-snap decision making, knowing, all right, before a play starts, I've got to understand this is one I can't try and squeeze. I got to make a smarter play, and then other situations where you can?
Yeah, for sure. And again, going back to Tuesday, I don't feel like I was fooled too many times of what the defense was doing. And again, that play, I knew what they were doing. I knew what covers they were in. And it comes down to that snap decision of, all right, they're playing cover 2. It looks like the corner's trying to jump the little out route we had, and the guy made a good play and got back in time. And but it's still a situation where if I make a better decision and a better throw, I don't think that happens. So again, learning moment. I get to learn from that situation and try to apply that to the next time I'm on the field.
All right, thanks, Josh. I appreciate it.
Josh, how's it going? John Worrell.
Good to see you, War.
Good seeing you. How cool is it to be going up against, to be in the same field and deserve to be there with Patrick Mahomes? I mean, that's my question.
That's your question?
That's my question.
No, it's going to be fun. Obviously, going against a competitor like Pat. One, on the field, the things that he does, second to none. The way he can, throw off platform and his eye movement and really his recognition of the game in his last year or two. And, he's only getting better. So to go against him, it's going to be fun. Obviously, it's fun to watch him, and two, off the field. I've met him once, but we've kind of messaged back and forth a couple times. But everything that I've heard and been told about him is just he's a grade A dude and he's a stand-up dude. So it's hard not to root for him, and I love watching him have success, except this next coming Monday. Hopefully we can get at him a couple of times. But he's one of those players where you don't want to give him more opportunities than what they're going to get. So I got to be on my P's and Q's and making sure we're holding on to the ball and making smart decisions with the football.
Because the narrative. I mean, maybe a year ago, maybe 16 months ago or whatever, there are questions about what your game was. Well, you've kind of answered a lot of those questions and a lot of those doubters. And there is a belief now that you belong, you deserve to be in the same conversation right now with how you've developed your game, with the elite players like Patrick Mahomes. I don't want to say that you must feel like you've arrived, but is there an appreciation that you have made those steps to get there?
I'm just trying to be the best quarterback for the Buffalo Bills and point us in the right direction to win football games.
That's fair. Thanks, Josh. We can't hear you, Jason.
You got me now?
There we go.
All right, cool. Hey, Josh, it's Jason Wolf with the Buffalo News. Really appreciate you taking some time to talk to us.
Yep, thank you.
A couple of quick questions for you right here. The first, I'll piggyback off of what Waro was sort of just saying between you and Patrick Mahomes. First of all, and I know that you've been asked this before, I'm sure, what's the farthest that you can throw a football? And is there any chance that we're going to get some throw off between you and Pat Mahomes, either before the game, after the game, during the offseason? Is that something that's ever going to happen?
I think at some point it will. I don't think it's the smartest thing to do it the day before the game or the day of the game on pregame, but I'm sure we'll have the discussion when we're out there and if we see each other. So the furthest I've ever thrown was 83. It was Wyoming, 7,200 elevation. So I got a little help up there, but I know he's got a cannon as well. So for the meantime, we'll let everybody guess at who throws further.
Very cool. I also wanted to ask you, touching on what Maddie was talking about, just the concept of this being a measuring stick game. I know every game it's 1 week at a time, and it either goes down as a win or a loss. But the defending Super Bowl champs coming in, Pat being an MVP, former MVP. Does this game mean something more for you and for this team? Do you look at yourselves differently moving forward if you win this ball game?
No, I mean, it's the most important game that we've got right now because it's the next one. We're not trying to make this any bigger or any smaller than the game that we had last week. So that's our mindset. Obviously, we know how good of a team they are, how good of a quarterback they got. Again, so it's all matchup and game plan predicated, and we got to go out there and execute everything that we've been told to execute throughout the week and continue to have a solid week of practice and prepare how we're supposed to prepare for a really good team coming in here.
Cool. Thanks so much, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
Hey, Josh, it's Sal. Thanks for doing this as always.
Yep.
You have the farthest ball I've ever seen thrown on a field. It was in Miami a couple of years ago. It was like 76 maybe. It was crazy. I still tell people it's the most amazing thing to see.
We didn't catch it though. We didn't complete it. It was a little overthrown.
I know. Hey, I want to ask you. Your visor has become a legend with Bills fans that you wear in practice. Why do you wear it? And what's the purpose at practice and not wearing it during a game necessarily?
It's a special visor. It turns on and off, so it doesn't allow me to see. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's
technology today. I thought you might have been.
Yeah. No, it's one of those things. Davis Webb actually came out to me and he's like, I'm gonna wear a visor for practice today because he gives us a good look on scout team, and he was playing guy on defense that had a visor, and I told him I'd do it with him, and I went with the clearish one that was kind of a pink tint to it, and I walked in the next week and I was like, you know what, let's spice it up a little bit. So it's just one of those things I wear for practice, and the guys like it. They make fun of me for it. So people get to laugh, and it's good fun.
Are you even allowed to wear something like that in a game, or would you consider it?
No, I don't think I wouldn't consider it. I want to see everything I can without any vision impairment. So, but I will say it does have like these little spots in the visor where it kind of makes it harder to see. So it trains your eyes a little differently. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but just a little challenge in practice, I guess.
Okay, thanks.
Hi, I think I'm up next. Is Kim. Can you hear me, Josh?
Hey, Kim. Yeah, good to see you.
Hey, it's been too long. It's great to see you.
Great to see you too.
Quick ones, if I may. Can you tell me your initial reaction when you guys traded for Stephon Diggs? And my second is just a quick observation. If you and Mahomes ever do that and put a charity component to it, that could be a really cool thing. But that's just my 2 cents, I guess. Yeah,
well, I'll answer your second question first. Yeah, that's something we've been, I guess, conversing about when we did. And I know he's got his foundation, which he does a great job with. And, that he does a great job off the field, obviously. And I can't talk enough about things I've heard and seen from him. So it's awesome what he's doing. And myself, just, if we got Oshai Children's Hospital involved with it and got people to donate and whatnot, I think that's kind of the gist of the whole thing, and give people what they want. And to answer your first question, Stephon, Bean called me that night and said, I got you one. I wanted his number. I gave him a call. He answered right away. Just super excited to get to work. And that's all we really talked about. It was just like finding ways to meet up and finding ways to to throw the football with each other, whether he was in LA or Miami or whatever it was. We were just trying to find a way where we can meet up. You know, and I immediately started watching highlight tapes of what he is and the player that he is, and just obviously the tape jumps out to you. So it's super exciting, and obviously he's been able to come here and make some huge contributions right away. And you know, but again, it's an everyday week. We got to continue to work hard and keep putting what we're putting in practice onto the game field.
Thank you so much, Josh.
Thank you.
Hey, Josh, got one more for you. We've talked about visors, but now I want to ask you about your shirt. So the Bills fan box is something that players are doing throughout the season. I see you have the Allen emblem on the top of your shirt. So do you want to just explain what your shirt is? I know there's a lot on the back of it, not so much on the front. So just explain what the shirt is and where it's going to.
The font kind of resembles NASA, and underneath it says Football Propulsion Laboratory, which is kind of cool. It's a playoff, obviously, the arm strength, if you will, on the back. I don't know if you want to turn around, but it's got like a 3-picture look of me throwing the ball, 3, 2, 1 blast off. It's got my Picasso painting on the back, which is a terrible rendition of our logo. You know, I'm not super proud of it, but I'm glad it's on the shirt. It's my own little twist to it. And proceeds, you know, portion of the proceeds go to Child Children's Hospital, which I'm super excited about. And you know, if you're a Bills fan and you want to help donate and get a cool shirt and fanny pack involved with it, go ahead, and it would be greatly appreciated.